Now, I must consult my non-existent program, but I think, is there anybody else playing, Bill? Do you know? It's you. You're up next. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bill Edwards.
Place, okay. So, 7 years ago this very night, Marley died. No. 7 years ago this very night, I stood on this stage and I received, even though I thought I was way too inexperienced, too young, they regarded me, I was happy about that, one of those, the Scott Joplin International Ragtime Foundation Award. It was an amazing experience. Now, that night and since that time, I have talked to the man who presented it to me. That was Max Morath, who was here and was enthusiastic about that. And I learned, and I'm experiencing now, that receiving the award is one thing. Giving it out to someone truly deserving is an entirely better experience, maybe. I don't know. I'm grateful for it, but now I had the privilege of nominating this year's person for this award, and I'm very glad that they followed that. I guess a couple other people nominated, we all voted. I said, yes, great. This is a guy I met probably 15 years ago. He was hanging around with Nan Bostic, of all people. The great women's ragtime person who's, we lost her, I think, in 2011, 2012, and I had been doing research with her, but she brought this guy along to the Northern Virginia Ragtime Society, and he was, at that time, fairly new to this, but he was impish, is the word. He just sat in the corner and grinned a lot. So you already know who it is, but we'll get there. He just had so much joy and so much vivacity. He wasn't a mere employee of the state of California. No, he was what we truly call, and rarely experience, a force of nature. Because you would come out at a piano and you could throw anything at him. You could say, you know, play one of your own, or you could put a piece of music on him that you'd scribble down on a napkin, and he would turn it into something amazing. There are hundreds of videos, now they are being curated, of this guy playing West Coast, playing here, playing at the Sutter Creek Festival. But more than that, he had this charm, and again, impish, but he liked jokes and all, but always the grin, and always, I'd like what you just played. I like that. Do you have a copy? Sure, I'll send it to you right away. And he would. And it's great. And you wanted to honor him. Can I buy one of your books? Sure. But you can have some of the music for free, but sure, buy my book if you want to. It was just friendly. And doing a duet with him, it's like if I were to get in the ring with Rocky, you know. It's okay, nothing that I'm quite prepared for, but he would make it easy on you. Several years ago, he was involved in a very serious accident. Big Chevy truck rear-ended him at an intersection, and that was the end of who he was, at least physically. It's not the end of who he was here. Many of us have kept either in touch or at least in some way kept in contact with his condition since then. Some, many more than others. It's hard if we're not on the West Coast. And he has received the best of care, the most of love. Some people have seen him almost every day. And he still has the capacity to enjoy music, possibly write it again someday, we don't know. He can play some with his left hand. And what it is, he enjoys his music. He enjoys when anybody comes in and talks to him about it. And he doesn't say much, can't talk much, but the grin is always there, and always the little impish jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, this year I have the distinct privilege of having nominated and now being able to present the award to Tom Brier. Tom not here, but somebody who sees him very often and brings the love from all of us to him is Warren Jennings, and he is here to accept this award tonight, I think. Yes. Yes, okay. We'll make this easy. Here's his award. Please say something nice.
I think you've heard it expressed very well. Yeah, I've known Tom for many, many years. We have a special connection, my wife and Tom. They share the same birthday, October 3rd, and we've been having birthday joint parties for years before the accident and now after the accident. And we've had Tom, his family, bring him to our home for house concerts. He loves the music. He loves people coming to him and seeing him, and he's genuinely happy. It's what you described. Tom is always going to be Tom, regardless of anything else.
Always good. Okay. And now, a word from our sponsor.
It's so heartwarming, amazing stuff. One thing we'd like to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, of course, is that this will be your final opportunity outside during the intermission to purchase any recordings of these musicians. A little heartwarming story before I let you go into the intermission, getting ready for the second half. Danny Kootz's little daughter Bella walked up to him right before he left to drive from Nashville here. And she looked at him with her gorgeous eyes. One is blue, one is green, the third one is yellow. And she looked at him and she said, "Daddy, is we going to eat next week?" And Danny looked at her and said, "Well, it all depends on the nice folks in Sedalia, Bella." So think about that later out there. See you in a few minutes. Thank you.